What's been up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a good minute since I posted another TT video due to some issues I ran into trying to get the interior parts done. So today I'm gonna go over what's been done so far and some of the issues I ran into. All right, I finally got the headliners, pillars, and door panels in the car. For the door panels, I went with the same perforated suede to match the centers of the seats and everything. So you can see the headliner. It's kind of dark. Oh, there you go. Kind of adjusting. The first issue I ran into was it didn't match. The perforated suede, the first perforated suede I used the first time the headliner was done, it didn't match. This is it right here. And you can see it's a different color. So initially when I went to the shop, it's called Stitching Time, he went to find the perforated that matches this, and it was discontinued. And so we went ahead and did it in this, but I rode around with it for a few days and I just didn't like it. Plus I wanted to get the door panels done with the same. So I found another shop that had the same perforated suede, the same color as this. So I bought the material from them and took it back to Stitching Time, and he did the door panels for me. As far as everything else, I'm still waiting on him to do the brake handle, the knee bars, and the headrest. But he just doesn't have. He just can't get to them right now. It's just him and his son. It's a family-owned shop, and he has some other cars that he had to get to stuff too. So I'm still waiting for him to be able to get to me to do those. But I'm glad to get this far, you know, at this time right now. So he's gonna do the door handles in leather. So for me to be able to get the door panels in right now, what I did was I grabbed an extra set of handles and I sanded them down and I painted them. It came out pretty good. It's a pretty close match. I found this paint right here. It's a satin terracotta. They didn't have it in flat. I found it at Lowe's. They were the only ones who had it. I checked a lot of different places and couldn't find any paint to match the this is called whiskey suede. It's called, the color they call it is whiskey. So, but you know, Volkswagen Audi calls it terracotta is the closest match they got. So I found that and it matched pretty good. So I went with that. Also on this rear panel, I painted this too. And the biggest issue with this, man, is you cannot get these things off because they're plastic, and you know, being that it's a hatch panel, you know, the sun hits it all over the years, they get real brittle. So I've actually went through, this is like the third one I tried getting off of another TT. Because the first one I got off of my car, it just split. Some of the connectors back here broke, and so I tried another one, same thing, and this was the final one that none of the connectors broke in the back, but you can see there's one split right there, and plus those little cracks right there. But this was the best one I could get, so for now I just went with that, and I just painted it, and it matches pretty good. Let me show you how it looks with the hatch closed. See right there, matches pretty good. So another issue I came up with was my driver's side door panel. The top piece was just disintegrated. So I couldn't find another door panel anywhere, even online. So what I did was there was a TT that popped up at the junkyard that had good door panels in the pics, but when I got there, somebody took a screwdriver and just dug into this to get the tweeters out. So they pretty much destroyed the panels, but the top part was good. So what I did was, since I couldn't find any other door panels, I went ahead and got the door panel, and I took this part off of that door panel and put it onto this one. I just used some glue and some clamps, let it sit overnight, and it came out real good. Let's see how it looks there. I was gonna have this part done in the solid suede at first, but since it goes, you can see how it goes straight into the dash. I didn't think it was gonna look right, because then I would have been, oh, now I gotta do the dash, and I didn't want to go through all that, so I just left it black for now. So basically, I'm still waiting on for him to do the knee bars, the brake handle, and the headrest. And let me see, as far as the steering wheel, I did find a leather restore that looks like it matches it in the pic, so it'll be here next week, so I'll see how that turns out. But when I was looking through my stuff, I saw that I had this R32 steering wheel left over, so I had the idea of maybe running this steering wheel in the car, and you know, later on I might run a double DIN radio, and I could probably hook these buttons up to the radio to get everything to work, and take this Volkswagen logo off, put an Audi logo, and you can see right here it's already got the same you know, TT ring with the same amount of dimples, the 8 dimples, just like the stock steering wheel. So I would just have to paint that silver. And then I was thinking to do this part, the whole center of the steering wheel, in the terracotta, or maybe just the top and the bottom in the terracotta. And then they have this with where it's just blank, it's just solid, there's no piece right here, so I could just put maybe this logo or a S-Line logo or something right there, or a TT logo. And then I will have to get a logo for this also. Sorry for all this noise pulling up right now. I can take this off and put either a TT logo or the Audi Rings logo in it. Back when I first got this steering wheel, there was a lot of companies like on eBay and stuff that made inserts for these steering wheels, but now I can't find anybody. I found one company that made the R line symbol to go here, and I hit them up about making one with the TT logo or a Quattro, I mean not a Quattro, but the Audi Rings logo, but they said they don't do anything custom, so I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. I might just order the R one, because I think it's just this and the sticker behind. I can take that off and have one made to put the TT or the Quattro logo behind it. I mean the Audi Rings logo behind it. So some more issues I'm running into was the shop, Stitching Time, said he couldn't do these in the suede because they're sealed. So I'm either have to dye these or something, or figure something out. But the shop that I got the other material from said that they can do these in the suede, so I might go to them and let them do those in the suede. And also the headliner plastics, the home leak, and the roof light, the roof panel lights, I can't find them in black. I could paint them, but the problem would be is that I couldn't paint the buttons. So Audi does make, the TTs do come with these in all black, so what I think I'm gonna do is just get everything in black when I can find them, and then that way, you know, I'll have all the panels back in the roof panel. One more thing that an idea I have, you see I have these carpeted floor mats, so I'm gonna go back by the interior shop to see about getting these borders done in the terracotta also. So, you know, I'll have something to kind of tie everything into the car with the floor mats and everything. But you can see once you start doing this, you can, you know, it's like, oh, now I want to do this, now I want to do that. And so that's why I stay with the black up top, because if I did that, then it runs into that panel, then you want to have that done. I might have all that done later, but not right now. The other thing I'm waiting on is he's gonna do this panel in the suede too. So I went ahead and gave him that to have done because, you know, it's going right into this window panel. So I went ahead and had that done too, but I'm still waiting on him to be able to get to everything. Right, another problem I ran into, non-interior related, was the ABS. The ABS on this car hasn't worked since I've had it. I think it's a known issue on the early Mark 1 TTs that the ABS module is not rebuildable or something like that. I called around to a lot of places and they either said they don't work on them or they can't rebuild them. That was what I've always gotten over the years. So I found a module on a car that was being parted out, was real low mile, so I got that when I put it on. But I got the codes from my original, but when I went to try and recode it, I couldn't find the login code. So I would have had to get the repair manual, and the repair manual is a pretty high price. So I finally checked around again and I found a place that could rebuild. It's called Module Master. So I took my original back out, and I mailed it out to them and they rebuilt it. This one isn't a Bosch. I think it's a ATE, and I think that might be the issue because the back of it where the electrical part is sealed, and this had a mechanical code for the pump part right there, and it had an electronic failure code also, which is back there, and I think that's sealed. There was a guy in the Vortex forums that had the same issue and he couldn't find anyone to rebuild it, so he just took a Dremel cutting tool and cut off the back and soldered it and resealed it. But I couldn't find that old forum, so I just went ahead and sent it out to Module Master, and they were able to rebuild it. And I think that's the issue because when I got it back, the back cover was a different cover. It wasn't my original one. It was a different cover. I guess one of their custom covers they had made or something, and they put that one on the back of this one. So that might be the issue with these. But if you got one of these, just send it to Module Master. They can rebuild it. One more thing that might be helpful to anyone dealing with this is the brake bleeding procedure. When I looked online, it was always recommended to hook up the VAG tool and to electronically start the ABS pump to start bleeding it. And you also have to, before you remove this one, so you don't get air inside the module, you have to take a stick or something and depress the brake pedal, and put the other end on the seat so it stays depressed so air doesn't get in there. And when I did it though, I did not I did depress the brake pedal and use a stick to do that, but I didn't do the I didn't bleed the thing with the VAG. I just bled it with this power bleeder right here. And what I did was I hooked this up with this in the middle so I could bleed 2 calipers at the same time. So I did it with that and it worked out real good. All the air came out and everything. I've been driving on it for like probably like a little over a month now and haven't had any issues. So that's another option if you run into the problem with your ABS and have to, you don't have to, because when you start looking into the stuff, it sounds real complicated. But like I said, you could get one of these. I got this from ECS back in the day, and so I could bleed my brakes by myself basically. But anyway, like I said, if you got an early Mark 1, just hit up Module Master and they can rebuild. Other things I'm looking into right now are having the wheels refurbished and the paint. This is the Moral Blue TT, and when you look at pics of these online, they don't really photograph too well to me. It's like a very dark blue. So I don't know if it's something they did with the pearl or what, but it's like very dark. So I've been looking at other dark pearl blues to find something else I like. And so when I'm out driving, I'll just take pictures of cars that I see. So I found one, a nice pearl blue on a Kia Stinger, on a BMW M4, I think it was, way back in the day, and a Porsche Taycan recently. And lastly, just very recently, I think like last weekend, I was out and I saw a real nice blue on an Audi Q8 that I like. I think it's a newer Audi Q8. Looked like it might have been a 2021 or something. But it was a real nice dark pearl blue, a little bit brighter than this. And I like the way it looked. So I couldn't get a real good pic of it because I was coming out of a gas station. But I'll put those pics up, and it's also some progress pics up after the video that you can. So keep looking after I quit running my mouth, and you'll see some of those pics. As far as the wheels, I went to a wheel shop yesterday that refurbishes wheels too, and he said he could do these. These are the Axis Penta wheels, 19-inch, and they're the Hyper Silver, and they also come in Hyper Black. But I think he said he couldn't do this Hyper Silver because you can see here, this one started peeling off. They have to do a black behind it, and then they put the silver over it to kind of give it a chromish look. So what me and him were talking about was polishing the lips and repainting the centers, maybe another silver that he has. So we're looking through some catalogs right now to find something that matches close or something. But also he was saying that he could strip the wheels all the way down and send them out to be polished. But while I was there, he had another wheel that had a polished lip, but the centers were brushed. They were raw metal, but they were brushed, and that looks real nice. So he's gonna check on that for me too. He should be getting back to me later on today. And then I'll check all that out. What I'm looking into is some more power upgrades. So I was looking at some tunes, and most of the tunes out there are gonna give this car probably like 40 more horsepower and torque, which is not that much. But this is the KO4 car, so it puts out like 225, so it'll be what, 265 with a tune. But Motoza has an E85 tune that puts out, you have to get their injectors, but it puts out 282 horses and 347 foot-pounds of torque, all on the stock turbo. And that's pretty good. But I don't know if I want to run that every day. Maybe just for a race or track every now and then would be nice. But one of the other things I'm looking into doing is the hybrid turbo. And I was looking at one of the cheaper ones. It's the S-Power Billet Turbo, hybrid turbo. A lot of people have run that turbo, and I haven't heard any issues or anything. And I've checked with Motoza, and they said they've tuned that one, and it's like comparable to the Franken turbo. I think they said it spools a little bit later than the Franken turbo, but that's probably because Franken turbo comes with their own hose, and they used to have their own manifold, the China fold, but they don't sell it with the China fold anymore. But that might be why that turbo spools a little bit faster. But you can get the you can either port out your stock manifold, which is something I did, just the ports. Well, not the port, the outlet. I would have to get something made to get into the ports and port that out, but I did get an extra manifold and port out at the collector. And there's another one of the, I forget the name of the company, but they make one, but it's only for left-hand drive cars. But they said just bolting that on to cars, you get like 20 horsepower because it's bigger all the way throughout. But on the right-hand drive, the American cars, the problem is the brake, the master cylinder right here, and it has a sensor that comes out that would hit the vent. But I've heard about people getting it to work, so I might look into that. Or another thing is I could just run the one of the excess power. They make a manifold also. You can run that also. But that's about it for now. I'm gonna bring this video to a close. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And also, if you have any suggestions or anything, or let me know about any of the ideas that I've had, or if you guys got any ideas or suggestions, just let me know in the comments. All right, thanks for watching. I'll get at you guys back in the next video.